Okay, let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Welcome to the daily vlog. Good morning. Today, I have got to get some of these closets in order. I have to clear out all the baby stuff from Shepherd's closet. Not because he's not a baby anymore, but because he's a big baby. He and his big, almost 2-year-old brother are about 4 pounds apart, I think now at this point in time. So, now the home edit did all of the closets in my house, but you do have to go through and do kind of like maintenance on them. Sometimes I'll have them come back, but you know, it's just a lot. Well, it's obviously cheaper if you do it yourself. So I'm going through because basically anything under 9 months, he's totally out of. I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna take all of these onesies, and I'm gonna hang up some of his new stuff that fits. And I always try and remind myself that, like, I literally love every phase that these babies get into, even better than the one before. But it just gets sad, like whenever your little babies are not as baby anymore. He's still a baby, he's only 5 months old, but still. There's something that I've really learned with closets in particular, trying to like keep them straight like this. You really have to get rid of the stuff that you're not wearing. You can't just keep shoving stuff in, because things get too close together and it just doesn't look as good.
Mon chéri, je t'en prie, ne me fais pas de peine, mon ami. Je t'aimais pour la vie.
Okay, so I've got some more stuff that I've pulled out of the closet because he's still awake. And one thing, you know, some people go back and forth on, do I have enough holiday stuff to need a holiday section? For me, well, like we keep Christmas trees up like multiple months after the fact, and we wear holiday clothes kind of like throughout the year, but once they outgrow the holiday clothes, I have a holiday bin. Now it's a smaller bin, so if you see up there in the top of my closet, or of Shepherd's closet, so I've got the larger linen boxes, and then I've got the smaller ones. So I've got one for like toys, you know, for teething toys and stuff that are kind of, they grow out of, but you want to reuse like for another baby. I've got one for winter just because I feel like coats and stuff like that kind of take up a lot of space. And then I've got the holiday one up in the corner. So I grabbed like all these holiday pajamas because he's grown out of them, and I don't necessarily just want to mix them in with all the boy stuff or the hand-me-downs. So, and I think it's a cute little basket to have. I like that the labels like holiday, winter, toys, that just seems like a good labeled box to me. All right, so I got all of the newborn to 9 month stuff out. These are like onesies that I've got folded small. And then even sleep sacks. So he doesn't do arms and swaddles anymore. So, you know, these kind of take up a lot of space, these larger sleep sacks, and their newborn sizes are like 3 to 6 months. So I'm actually gonna pack all those up too. Those moms on call swaddles too. Just up close, these are from, I think, Pottery Barn, I believe. I'll link all this. And this is from Container Store. These are home edit labels. But what they did for like pants and stuff like that, they used these little dividers that they got from the Container Store, and they rolled up the pants like this. Now I love the way that they roll things because I can see all of the items whenever I look in like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, this was one that we didn't actually use. It was in my closet, or in my garage. And it's just one of those little collapsible boxes. I'm gonna put all of the newborn stuff, like newborn onesies and swaddles and the very like newborn-y stuff in this. Since I have 2 boys, it's gonna be like mostly boy newborn. And then what I do is I have a boy linen basket at the top, and that's the basket that I keep the clothes that Shepherd will grow into. I'm just keeping them kind of rolled like this so that I can really pack a lot in there. I'm about to go sweat in the pod, so I'm running out of time. So Kyle is hanging up this cute new Riley and Crew gear. So y'all might remember, if you've watched my channel for a little while, that before my wedding, 2.5, 3 years ago, whenever we got married, 3 years in June, I was obsessed with the sweat house. Now it's called CYL, which stands for Change Your Life. So they've done a little bit of a rebrand, but still the exact same everything on the inside. And it's really close to my house. And it was like life-changing to me. So I started, you can't do it when you're pregnant, obviously. And I tried to start back at about 4 months postpartum with Ford. And I don't think I was drinking enough water anyways. So that I had started like working out, a bunch of things at once. And because of everything, my milk supply started dropping. So I don't think that it was this necessarily. I think it was everything at once. So I had to stop, and then you know the story. I was like pregnant really soon after that. So I hadn't been able to go. So now Shepherd's 5 months old and I started going. Nothing's happened to my milk supply. Everything's been great, but I'm also like keeping drinking water. I cannot say enough about these sweat pods. I literally like want to get one in my house. It helps with like detoxing your body. It helps with like weight loss, they say, and wound recovery and like cellulite and all of this stuff. I just feel like the detox part alone is huge for me. Even though like we're eating better, there's just still so many toxins and just bad stuff. I feel like that's just in my body, and I just feel like I'm pouring sweat when I'm in there, and it always feels really good. So here's some of the things that it does that I just said. So here's just kind of the room. I'm actually in the tandem sweat room, so you can come with a partner or like a friend. So Sean and I used to come all the time, and Kyle came with me a few times, and these are what the pods look like. So you basically just get inside, just your head is out, and you just sweat in this pod. And it's literally life-changing and amazing. So I just finished sweating. I feel like it must matter how much toxicity is in your body as how much you sweat. Usually I like pour sweat all over my body. This time I poured sweat, but not as much as usual. And I sweat, there's like levels 1 through 10. They say like a 7 is a beginner. I sweat at like 6.5 just to like, I'm recovering from childbirth, I'm breastfeeding, I'm all the different, just got over the flu. So I don't want to like tax my body. So I feel really good right now. What I'll do is I'll just keep drinking water. It just feels amazing to sweat, and I feel like it instantly helps my skin too. When I was leaving the sweat house, my friend Kayla, who owns it, they are doing plant-based eating too, and she brought me a bag of plant-based food. Oh my gosh, it literally like made my entire day. This is plant-based sloppy joes made with lentils. This is like a plant-based chicken salad. So it's made with like chickpeas and a bunch of vegetables, chia seeds. And this, oh my gosh, is so amazing. So she took like a bunch of different vegetables. She used that just egg. It's like an egg substitute. And she used some sort of like breakfast potatoes from Trader Joe's, she said. And she said you can put this in like a wrap for breakfast or something like that. It is amazing, amazing. She also brought me some of these. They're just like, they're called Bay's butters. It's like a local person. It's like these nut butters. They're stone ground. And then some sort of like, this says booby balls. I'm assuming it's some sort of milk thing. And an apple oat bar. I'm going to have to ask her for the recipes for some of this. Literally next level amazing. I ran to the Import Flowers, which is a flower wholesaler, to get some pretty spring flowers, because I've got some really awesome podcast guests coming upstairs into the office. How was your lunch?
Fork, get your fork. Crazy kids. What are you laughing at, Chevy?
Hey, Ford. How was your lunch? Take your passy out.
Here, I'll hold it.
He took it out and put it right back in. Okay, let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! You're so smart.
spell Ford. F-O-R-D.
You do it.
Count to 10.
Oh, count to 10? Okay, go. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
not you, Dad, him. Good job.
Yeah. Where's his head? Yeah.
Good job. Where's his nose?
Yeah.
Good
Where's
job.
Where's his mouth? Where's his mouth? Good job. Where's his ears?
Oh, okay. It's a fine line between
I know.
supporting the love and safety. Okay, here's what I did with the flowers. I just put those just kind of wild like that in the vase. I'm going to put them upstairs in my office. And these butterfly ranunculus are like my new favorite flowers. They're so beautiful. They're very delicate, so like the petals are kind of falling everywhere, but I feel like they would be really beautiful in a bouquet. So I'm putting them both in my office. There you have what I have done so far. So this was all onesies, just like a lot of baby stuff. So what I did, I took that whole new Riley & Crew shipment that just came in, that I bought just recently, and I tried my best to color code it. It's not going to be perfect, and when the home edit does it, it's literally everything's the same length and it looks perfect and amazing, but you know, life goes on and your babies grow and it has to be functional always. Down here I've just got a lot of Ford's hand-me-downs also kind of color coded. Ford's closet still is looking pretty good. I just have to fill in the spaces, and Ford is growing slower definitely than Shepherd at the age that Shepherd is. So thankfully I don't feel like I have to do a full overhaul of his stuff yet. I can just kind of go through and mix in the pieces where they're needed. As you can see, I used some of my old baskets that I already had up here. I had these in I think in that old condo I had those. So these aren't as big, but it works because Ford, like I said, he's not growing like a weed like Shepherd is. He's growing really fast, but not like 2 weeks you can't fit into something. I loved this launch too of Riley & Crew. I bought way too much. I sent a couple pieces back, but I just really loved everything so much. Like cute, that's a little 2-piece set. These little plaid, they're pants and a shirt. This whale goes with little whale pants. Tigers with tiger pants. I love those little like baby pants with the tank tops. I bought several of those. These come with shorts, like little kind of knock around shorts. Same with this one. Just showing you the ones in my hands right now. I got some more out there, but this is cute. Like for nicer things, I like to put them in just these little kind of linen-ish outfits, and then I'll put like a cute denim jacket over it. I got some sweatshirts too. He's already worn a few. Just got all those spaces filled in. I need some of those little clips. I actually just ordered some off of Amazon so I can get those hanging the same. These are the little onesies, and then these are like long sleeve shirts / sweatshirts. Looks pretty good. Running out of space though. Completed the closet. Feeling great about it. And then this morning I had an amazing podcast guest, Miles Adcox. You guys, these podcast guests coming up, I am so excited just to be able to have a conversation with them. I had things on the table from December that I just hadn't picked up off the table and moved to their given place. So it feels so good now to be in a clear and open space. I've got some nice flowers and everything in here. But my goal is just to do this with every part of my life. You know, spring cleaning I think is a very real thing. It's not just so like a clean your house from dust. It's like decluttering. It's picking up things that have been laying on the table for weeks and weeks. It's erasing the calendar and doing a fresh month. It's so many different things for me. And you know, something that we talked about on the podcast today with Miles, he talked about just so many amazing things on how to live your life to the fullest. And he talked about how one of the biggest parenting mistakes is to live an unfulfilled life, to just, kind of that getting by life that we always talk about and stuff like that. And so my commitment this spring, I'm really trying to take every little stone that I can and turn it over, because this office being a wreck was causing my mind to be cluttered whenever I came in here to work. It then is taking time away from my children, and it's making me not as efficient when I work. And same thing with little things like closets. It's crazy to me how the tiniest shifts in our everyday can really transform things. So that is what I'm trying to do currently. Thanks for watching.
Je t'en prie, ne me fais pas de